Hi, I'm Jeanette from Let's Walk Together. Jeanette, I hope you'll join me at EXPO Chicago. It's April 2026, and EXPO is a contemporary art show that takes place at Navy Pier in Chicago all weekend. We will take a high level walk, just about 20 minutes. So come on, let's walk together. Thanks. Hi, it's Jeanette. This is Let's Walk Together with Jeanette. Thanks for joining me. I'm at EXPO Chicago, and this is April 2026. We're going to take a little 20-minute walk at the Expo. It's a contemporary art show. It's through the weekend at Navy Pier, and I want to show you some of the options that you have for contemporary art. Galleries from around the world bring their favorite artists to Chicago for a long weekend. Today's Thursday and it's just beginning today. There are tours available. There are artists that you can talk to sometimes, although not all the artists are here. But so many galleries from around the world are represented at this expo. There are tickets available still. It's not entirely sold out. Centene, Mark Strauss Gallery in New York is one of my favorites with this artist, Centene. And my phone seems to like to go where it wants to go. This is another piece. Antonio Centene. And these are, you might remember I finished last year with Centene's art. And they are little tiny threads that he squeezes out of like a, a like a needle that he creates into the multiple colors. I want to go to some. We did a tour this morning with a guide, which was helpful because she explained a few things for us. She talked, for instance, about the pieces over here that are based on 17th century portraits, but the artist considers them self-portraits. This one is cut paper. So you have to look pretty carefully to see that it's actually extended away from the wall. These are done with a frosting bag. You know, the kind of bag that if you're decorating a cake, you use a bag with frosting in it. She uses the paint in a frosting bag to give you the extra depth of the paint on both of these. And then a couple of objects like that little watch and that piece are added on to the paint, pushed into the paint. So the buckle is not paint, it's metal. The little watch sitting there is 3D, it's metal. And the other pieces are thick from the frosting bag. And we'll keep walking. I met a few of the artists earlier today, and if I come across them, I will absolutely stop and say hello. Late Night Deli Run 2025, poly organic. I mean, basically, it's all digital print on brushed suede. Beautiful. A purchase! Yay! So most of the pieces run in the many, many thousands of dollars at the expo. But I have some friends who did some purchases. Um, there is a section of the expo that is specifically for up and coming. Whoop, there's me. I'm trying to stay out of it. What is that? Empire State Building, illuminated in the background. That one definitely is that. And you can see the people going by because it's reflective surface in the background. So many different kinds of galleries are available here. It's a tough call as to which way to go because there are so many. So there's also other tour groups walking around, guides, and so what usually when I see a tour group walking one way, I walk the opposite way. What a queen. That is a queen. Love it. The entrance. Also, the artists are from all around the world, as are the pieces themselves. We did have a particular delight with one of the pieces over here. We love the sun coming up from behind the curtains. Some smaller pieces. The Italian family. The hyper-realism is a huge theme. Not this artist, but this gallery. These are squeezed directly from the tube of paint to give this depth to his portraits. But the piece that she bought is from here. I think she bought Bangkok. Hi. So you've got cities in there, right? London?
Yes, London.
And Seoul?
Singapore.
Singapore, thank you. I'm showing my YouTube folks, I'm doing a little walk, and my niece had purchased one of these last year.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Bali.
yes, she bought Bali. And they're beautiful pieces. So is everything else. I love what your gallery has.
Oh, did you see the?
The dimensional piece?
Yes.
Yeah. Back behind here?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Can I go show the group?
Of course.
Thank you. And the textured paper. Oh, yes. These are smaller versions of also cities. My favorite city, of course, Paris. He's a beauty. He is a beauty. So you said it's squeezed right from the
Direct.
tube?
Yes, it's acrylic that is applied to
love
the
it.
canvas directly from the tube.
And it's so beautiful, really.
Yeah. I mean,
In a field. It's gorgeous.
the piece is titled "Grounded," and I feel. I mean, it really does
Yeah, yeah.
look like that.
And female. And then what about these little shiny
That is,
fellows?
yeah, that is a Korean artist named Jaeyoung Kim, who works. He's trained as a ceramicist, so these are actually handmade, unique ceramic pieces.
Okay.
Each one is different.
That's good to know too. I was thinking glass.
No, yeah, they have like it's. He's trained at Cranbrook in Michigan. He's got his MFA there,
Small things.
and he's lived and worked in the U.S. for about 20 years before recently relocating back to South Korea, and he's now the head of the arts department at the University of the National University in South Korea.
No kidding.
So,
That's terrific. And then this artist is on the other side more, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to go show them a few of those too. I love, of course, the Pegasus coming through. So I'll pop over there too. Thank you. And these remind me so much of Masters. This is Pantone Gallery, number 114. And to see, you can go on to learn about prices and things are above my pay level. But if you see this beautiful sky and the colorways, and as you begin to look a little bit more closely, you see somebody coming through what I would kind of consider clouds. And it's just lovely. And some intimate images of sort of hidden places. They look European. And, sorry, the round one is unusual because A, it is round and it's large. But then it also has in the center, you can find an orb. Oh, yeah. So a lot of us love this piece too. It's a library, as you can see. Massimo Giannoni. But if you look up close, there's so much depth in this paint. And it is, I'm sure it's oil. It might be acrylic, but I think it's oil. And if you look online, they show so many more pieces that the artist has done. Lots of bookstores, lots of libraries. Another piece by the artist there. And these are fun as well. It looks a little bit flat if you glance at the image, but they have LED lights doing some backlighting. And when you look at the windows, you get a more realistic outdoor tree. But they give a nice warm feeling. This is another one by the bookstore artist. And again, you have a nice view with the lights behind the panel. So they're LED lights. They will work for a long, long time. Starlight reminds me of some of the images of space. I love these. So really stepping away, you have a lot more of the image than when you're up close. And very few of the pieces that look like photography are actually photography because they're often oil. So keep walking to where we went earlier today, this morning. Northern Trust sponsors the expo, and so they had us able to take a guide this morning. So these pieces are all, he's from Ethiopia, the artist, and they are all little beads made from rolled paper. So it's almost like a tapestry, but a collage piece, it would be considered. So this whole expo is contemporary art. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's 100% contemporary pieces, which can be such a range, really. Whether photography, sculpture, collage, lots of collage. Pieces like this are also 3D. You can see the shadows. It's on a piece of glass in front of the canvas with the painting on the glass. And it's kind of fun to see the people here too, frankly, because it is such a mix. We have horns, geometric segurate, sheep horns, made out of sheep horns. And why not, right? Another piece, he's climbing the tree. This one is oil on canvas. Several of them, several of the pieces this year and last have dimension by thread. Hi, how are you? Okay. So she's talking about which piece to buy, and I am also interested in one. So we'll see about that when Jessica gets back with my stuff. Oh, there's others over here too. It's a panel. There's a lot of interest in them because they're new to artists and everyone. Oh, there is a shop. Several collages. Okay, I should get the number of that booth. Nancy Hoffman Gallery, number 400. I love this piece across the way too. So, if you know me, you know I love color. It's beautiful. Hello, how are you? Good, thanks. Loving the color. Such a beautiful piece. So, Mithra's a god from the ancient Rome.
Right, and it's also the name of an asteroid. Those
Okay.
are belong to the series of the cosmic landscapes
Okay.
from Jennifer Lynch,
Ah,
and she has named every of
beautiful,
her
beautiful.
paintings from an asteroid, and it's
Okay.
all based within like the tension between the macrocosm and the microcosm.
Okay. It makes sense when you say that. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And they're quite beautiful. I like
They
them
are
very much.
nice. Yes.
Oh, we've got some music. Thank you. Doing a little video walk. Okay. All right, I'll be back. Oh, it's Gallery Pizzi at 301 that I want to buy the piece. I'm excited. The cute dogs. Oh, so I was in here because Megan was very interested. Oh, I wish you could see the artist for these. Well, it wasn't these. It was these hyper-realistic pieces. Um, it's a very popular style more recently. Um, and I've seen a lot of demos for it online. Cosmos, I would say monumental pieces are a big hit at the expo. So that's a Chicago gallery. So Expo is working with um, a South Korean exhibitor company. We have some music in the center. Oh, we stopped by this one too because of the texture. That's all texture of the horse and the boy. His eyes are intense. And though it's masculine characters, the thing that our guide was showing us was that it's all done in pink, which is a statement about the boy. Love these sculptures. They remind me of a drop of mercury. And the first place we came, on our tour this morning was to see this piece, which, as she was saying, the guide was saying, is a very quiet piece. Maya Ando is the artist, and she's called it Dawn Clouds from 2026. So it's pure silver pigment and urethane on aluminum, multiple layers. And so as you move around it, you can see more of the colorations. And if you get in the right light, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here. There are silver and gold dust sparkled on there. And another splash, mercury splash. I love these. I think those are incredibly beautiful pieces. So the reason that the guide had us come to this very quiet piece for the beginning is because she wanted us to look fairly closely at it, because it's a piece that you might not stop at and spend some time with, but that once you have it explained to you, you can see why perhaps it might be worth stopping and spending some time with. It's a little bit meditative, but also the more you look, the more you see. And last year we had a lot of the textural faces. Another man with the textured face, but all in pink. And he's wearing a hard hat. So he's an uber masculine man on his way home from work, but he's all in pink too. Okay, we also spoke about a piece coming up on the left. This is a Chicago artist who's originally, I think she said, from Puerto Rico. And this piece is done with plastics and fabrics. And the background in blue is actually from a tarp. Mi gente is my family. And so it's protecting and celebrating the heritage, including where it makes the flowers that are up in the corners and the ferns almost resemble fireworks. So it's a celebration of family and history. Ooh, detail. So the paint. There is another piece that was stripes. Marcus Lindenbrook. I think I've seen him before. Lullaby of the Abyss. From this year, epoxy resin pigments on wood, 50 by 72. Ooh, the detail. An amazing amount of detail. Epoxy and colors. So carefully dripped down. And I do love color. I'm glad to see color a lot this year. I feel like last year there was less of it. This is Untitled 4 Elements, acrylic paint and glitter, which gave texture but not so much sparkle, on wood. Let's see. Where else shall I go with us? Here too. This is all fabrics. Melissa Leandro is the artist, and you get immersed in her world. Go ahead. In a bit of the forest. And I love that they put them on these dark walls. It really takes you in to her space. These are a couple more of hers. And details like the color of the thread and the iridescence of the thread have to do with where she's from too. So it's almost fabric instead of just paint. Okay, let's take a look at the sculptures. The head here is all made of chains. Chains sculpted into the shape of head. That kind of chain. Made into it. They what? Sold it? Yeah, yeah. Abstracts. And I feel like there is not a whole ton of abstraction here this year. This piece is all gears. What's the title? Su Young Duk, and it's meditation. Yeah. 115. They're massive. Can you go stand beside it so I can see how big it is? See how large the head is. Thank you. And this one comes to an end. Yeah, taller than Jess. Thank you. Well, I did some taping the other day of the couple that we saw with the guide too, with the weaving, the fabric and stuff. I like those bowls. Come on, we must be close. We must be close. We spent some time here. The amount of layers that go into this piece, you see the different pillars from architecture from around the world, but this is put together on the computer. Ooh, look at that. That means it sold a lot of copies of it. How many does it say? 7. Okay, edition of 15. So what'd they say? There's like 1,000 images that are put together to create this image? 1,000. Yeah, over 1,000 images have made this.
One of her collections, a full collection, was just bought by the British Museum as well. So there's going to be a whole collection by this artist, Emily Allchurch.
Emily Allchurch. Towers of Babel after Gandhi. And I actually liked a lot of pieces that are here at this gallery. This is Martine Prothera. I did not get a really good look at these the other day because we were really zipping through. Archival pigment print mounted on aluminum. An edition of 3. So these are $6,500, $5,800. The reason I'm mentioning any of it is that aluminum gives extra depth. This piece is not only fun, but I was here with the gallery owner and he was saying this is all hand painted. So the skin that looks real, Gerard Moss. Oh, look at that. Party horn lady. 4 pieces of this have been sold.